Hey, I'm Theo and thank you for joining me. Today I want to talk about a new deck spawned with the latest patch, which is Even Warlock. Now with the patch we got Genn and Baku back in standard. And well, they were pretty powerful back in the day, like 6 years ago. And nowadays, they're not as good anymore. I've seen a lot of people try out different decks with Genn and Baku, and yeah, most of them don't really seem to work in the current meta game. But I think the one exception to that is Genn in Warlock. There's a lot of synergies with a 1-mana life tap, with having a full hand, and that's why I think is the only one that works. Of course, there's the classic Mountain Giant, the handlock style deck that can really use a full hand. It's 3 mana when you have 10 cards in hand. We got somewhat new Table Flip, which is 1 mana with a full hand. Pretty good against aggro. We've got the Dark Alley Pact as well, which summons a 9/9 Taunt and Demon with a full hand. And then you can rest them on endgame, which is a really powerful combo. For example, on like turn 5, you can rest 2 of these if your Dark Alley Pact minion died the previous turn. Really strong tempo plays. And of course you have the good old Molten Giant in this deck. 22 mana though because of Painlock got nerfed. But it's still alright in this deck. And yeah, with that life tap you can sometimes easily get to this, especially if your opponent pushes some early damage. And then, for example, you can like clear the board with a Wing Welding. Often you try and discard like Genn if you can. But it often really doesn't matter what you discard as long as you clear the board. That's what the Wing Welding is for, just a big board clear. Yeah, sometimes this card might be stuck in your hand, but in the matchups where your opponent is very aggressive or has a big board, this can be invaluable. And what this deck is, just a deck where you really want to play those giants in the mid game. As early as turn 3 you can play those giants, and then through like turn 7, 8, you want to try and drop a giant every turn in most matchups, and you just pressure the opponent for that. What you don't want to do with this deck though is try and get to the late game. This is not that kind of deck. It doesn't have a lot of late game in it. Like it's got some high cost minions, but you're not trying to pay full mana for them. Generally with this deck, if you get to the late game, you're probably not going to win. We can look at like my statistics. First of all here, the match history, you can see here the 15 win streak I had. Pretty big win streak, and well, you may see the game time. You see the losses, these are over 10 minutes, and then all the wins are like 5, 6 minutes, and here again, 30 minutes, 30 minutes, 11 minutes. Yeah, pretty much every game that goes over 10 minutes, I lost, so that kind of tells you what kind of deck it is. I've seen other decks kind of built for more late game, but I don't think this is that kind of deck. You really want to just jam those giants every single turn. A lot of decks can't deal with it. That also means that the weakness for this deck, as you can maybe see my stats, is a warrior. I've only played 3, but it felt like a really bad matchup. This deck is just bad against decks that have a lot of removal because you do have a limited amount of threats. You got a bunch of big threats, but after that, not a lot else. As for example, warrior is a bad matchup. I didn't do well against paladin because they kind of are also playing big stuff, but a lot of it has divine shield, so they can easily trade in that matchup. And what it does do well against this is, say, a deck like Rogue. Obviously, you hope the Rogue doesn't random the answers. But what you can do against Rogue is just drop those giants. And then once they get the Scorpion, is play your Disruption, like Neophyte, like Speaker Stomper. The Scorpion card get increased off that minimum of 1 mana. So if you play Neophyte, their cards always cost at least 2 mana. So that's pretty impactful. That really stops a lot of the good stuff Rogue can do. And just hit them with giants in the face. That's generally the most matchups. Hit people with giants in the face. Now, you may see the deck list here. There's some card choices. It's, of course, early in the meta, so it's hard to say exactly what are the correct choices. There's some probably some flex spots. I don't know what else you want to play right now, though. But stuff like Sunspell Dragon, what convinced by, like, really rarely use that. It's more of a thing that you have some late game burst, because as you may see, this deck is very board focused. And all it has outside of that is the pop card plus the crescendos. I'm also entirely convinced by crescendo because there's no other way to like buff it, but it's still decent with pop card. Nice to proc like divine shields or deal with 1/1s. It's also good against the Insanity Warlock because they'll play Encroaching Insanity, and that also buffs your crescendo. So if they do that once, your crescendo will deal 3 AoE, and that's pretty good against all those 3/3 imps they play. Outside of that, what you try to do right with this deck is just try and spend your mana every turn. Like, you want to life tap every turn and then spend the rest of your mana. Don't try and hold the stuff back, really. Want to get the Mountain Giant on 3 if you're on the coin, or on 4 without. Dark Alley Pact is the giant as well that you can play. And then you want to copy those with Forge of Wills. Often you can go like giant on 3, mountain giant on 3. Then you go Alley Pact on 4, then like 5 you go like endgame, coin, the location. And that's a lot of stats, and most decks just can't deal with that. So yeah, you really want to focus on those giants. And yeah, it's the same with the mulligan. Really, you just mulligan for the giants, the mountain giant, the Dark Alley Pact. It's really what this deck is about. The rest of the cards is just fillered to yeah, try and make you play those giants and make you win with those giants. Maybe an exception is like Table Flip against an aggro deck that wants to go wide, but there's not too many of them. Maybe like a Geode, because that's basically like life tap, but then you won't be drawing at late game, which can be kind of annoying if you draw at late game. And also you can keep like Wing Welding. If it's a deck that plays a lot of big stuff early, this can be useful, but still generally I feel like you'd rather just play your own game plan than try and deal with your opponent's game plan. And the last thing I'm going to talk about is the Zilliax. We've got the Ticking plus Perfect module. Yeah, I know a lot of decks are playing the Virus module instead of the Ticking. But again, this deck is not trying to win in the late game, where that card is good to stall. You're not trying to stall. So we're playing the Ticking module here because that's more of an anti-aggro tool, and that's more of what you want from this card. And that is it for this part of the video. Let me know what you think of this deck. Have you played it? Or have you tried other Genn and Baku decks? Have you had any success with it? Let me know in the comments, and please enjoy the rest of the video.
Gul'dan versus Scarlet.
The unholy fester.
Your soul shall be mine.
Giants. Oh. Give me Rainbow. Hey, Yornip. What's up? Thank you so much for the 5 months. Welcome back. I definitely can struggle with some big minions, but there's also poison plus board clear. So we gotta win fast and then disrupt them.
We have turned our curse into our strength.
Oh, again? Oh no.
Unbelievable.
Extraordinary.
This is good versus red.
Those solves any problem.
Yeah, tap that, and then you play. What do we play next turn? Dark Alley Pact, and then Giant. Oh no, that's... What the hell? That's kind of an insane problem. Wow, that's a big problem. Not only does it get Reska, which is broken, this thing is very bad for me here. Yeah, it kind of disrupts my turn. And that's actually his game winning there. Theodore Roosevelt? No, he's named after me. I mean, it's pretty obvious, right? His name is Dutch, so it's gotta be named after me.
You could use a trim. You could use a trim.
I think go this one, we can res it. Alright, tap Giant res if he kills it. Horseshoe. Oh, Horseshoe, yeah. I don't know. This lifesteal is actually kind of nice though. El Gigante on 3, yes, El Gigante. This deck is not a yoke. At least not too many minis die, right? Reska isn't playable yet. I just hope he doesn't have poison here. 2-card combo.
Relaxation for all, and all thanks to me.
Just a bit of cheating. So I guess we tap, copy, kill Neophyte.
Muzzle their magic.
I hope he doesn't have an answer. Oh, really, Zippy? How can you say Zeddy's better at cooking decks when he just never place standard. I actually mean cooking his arena decks. Did it even cost 0 with spells?
Oh, over eager. Blast.
Oh, those giants. Never mind. That plucky Murloc though, that was annoying. Well, just delayed us by a turn, yeah. That's what I thought. Yeah, definitely struggles with giants.
Gul'dan versus Valera.
Watch.
Baku next. What am I gonna play with Baku?
Soul shall
It's
be
terrible.
mine.
0 to start card. Disenchant that card.
We have turned our
I'm not convinced by this deck. We need 20
into
straight
our
wins. Alright, I'll try.
You're my playboy.
No, I'm not convinced we'll be able to get 20 straight wins. Right, 12 plus straight wins is pretty good.
I raise. You fold.
No 2-drop. Odd Warrior, yeah. This is not the time for Odd Warrior. I think I was coining, right? You got the res. And he probably doesn't want to hit into my face with it. Or his face into this. Uh-oh. Hope he doesn't get the one-hit wonder. Because that clears it. Oh, Reno Warrior, yeah. That's gonna work. You got Reno, just no Bren. No Boom Bust, no Zilliax. I guess you can go double up Zilliax. You can like Town Crier. You give like 2 of the X-Crate cards. I'm not convinced. I think it is. It's too efficient. Clear. It's a lot of damage. Oh, following great again. No, I don't think so.
No gems. Is he really cooking?
That's an alt cost card end. I'm not gonna explain that. Secret. It's a rather odd question, Watch That Memer. What are you even trying to do? Let's lock up Drilly.
Let's show these fine folks of Badland hospitality.
One more odd even joke. Can you call me cops? Wow. Hot handle.
Let the
A bit of fun. Oh, I got the best one. That is a problem. Don't have any healing in hand, so yeah. Uh-oh.
Choose soon.
It's also down to 8 though. He's got that on board. Wait, do we already have one die? Maybe to play Dark Alley Pact. Second Taunt or Crescendo Thornville? Well, let's hope he doesn't have anything here. It's a pretty good board. Well, Rogue, what you gonna do about this? Like he can't face tank to get the excavate, right? That's so nice here. But he can dagger, then he can play it, but then he has 1 mana, so he can play 1 card to clear here and survive. That's pretty rough. It has to be like exactly light ball. Oh no, he can't even play light bomb. Like Shadowed Ruin. No. That's not good enough. That's not good enough. Nice. Alright. Yep. Play some giants, they don't deal with it, you win. Good.
Gul'dan versus Gul'dan.
See, is that another
So shall be mine.
another one?
I am
Another
your
mirror?
nightmare.
I think it's kind of fine, right? To keep. Just very similar to tapping on the. It means we don't get it later in the game as well.
We have turned our curse
And it's a minion on
into
board,
our
which can
strength.
test maybe a Flame Imp. It's the Evenlock.
One dose solves any problem.
Yeah. Alright, now we can test this and still draw the same as tapping. Miracle Seals, and it means it's Insanity Lock. I think I want to save that. Because they'll do the fatigue stuff and we actually get better crescendos ourselves. And next I think we'll go for Dark Alley Pact, right? Because then if it dies, we go Giant, endgame with 2 Giants on 5. And that's pretty good. Crescendo just for Popgar for a bit of extra damage or just easy clear some tokens or some other stuff without actually damaging your own minions. I could see it without.
A symphony of darkness.
And now the premiere act. Me.
This is annoying, right? Like I kind of don't want to use my AoE.
So
And I guess if this is clear as well. It goes wide. Default battle, the thing is with default, hits your own minions. Which can be kind of bad. And I think also the difference is with default is like, you're not playing control deck, right? You're not trying to survive. You really gotta win in that. You know, turn 4 through 8. And those kind of turns, that's where you win.
One dose solves any problem.
Okay. I mean, I guess I'll heal back up with this. -2. He's one off if he has another thing. I think there's Theo here. I was thinking about playing this one, right? For 9/9, but putting him to 5 is pretty good. Yeah, I was trying to find something. Oh shit, another win. See, well, there you go. This is why you play Crescendo. Huh. Can you see now why there's a Crescendo in the deck?